Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Good to see everybody. We've got Discus North, Slim Tim, and thanks for a reminder for the thumbs up, Tim. Hey, Peplin. Hey, P Tag. Hey, Tommy. There's 3G. Good to see you guys. I've got the camera set up on the convicts back there. Wanted to show you guys how they're doing. Hey, Branton. Good to see you. Hi, Christine. Good to see everybody. What do you guys think of this? I turned the big lights off instead of it being so bright during the live stream. I think it looks a little better this way. As you can see, these guys are coming along pretty good. Some of them have escaped to my little DIY divider to the other side with the other big convict that was... I had to separate because the parents were having to fight him away. They couldn't relax. I was scared he was going to eat them. But I think the convicts are big enough now that I don't have to worry about it. I'm probably going to take that divider out of there. But because they keep going over there anyways, they're able to slip by that thing. I must have had it tighter when they were first born because no one was able to get over there. And they were even smaller then. So, but he does chase the little ones, but I'm not having any issues. You know, he's not trying to eat them or anything. Some are a little smaller than others, but they're coming along pretty good. They like to munch on the blackbeard algae and things like that on the pre-filter back there too. I fed everybody. There's mom and dad coming in the frame. The other one on the other side, I'm keeping separated. Has like an orange belly. He got used to the little ones. He doesn't fuss with them too much. I'm thinking about pulling that out, but I'm wondering if I should take the female. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the female out. That's the one right down there that went in the castle. I'm thinking about pulling her out and putting her in a different aquarium because I really do not want any more convicts. We all know how convicts are. I just don't know if this one on the right side, who's pretty big, is a female. I don't know. But I think I'm going to take that female out and put her in a different tank so I don't have any more. But who knows what we got with these babies? There's got to be some females in there too, right? But they're looking good. Really enjoy them. So how is everybody this morning? Everybody doing good? What's your plans for the weekend? There's Mark the Spider Guy coming in. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. If you guys don't watch Mark the Spider Guy, he's always live. He's got all the goods, the creepies and the crawlies over there. He's always live with about 3 other people. If you want to see some cool spiders and things like that, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, so the thumbnail, today's live stream, suction cups, disassembling tanks, moving tanks, stuff like that. The reason why I bring it up is because pretty soon, I'm thinking today possibly, if he follows through, a buddy of mine's going to come over and help me get this 300-gallon out of the garage. It's not going to be an easy task. But we'll have about 4 of us. I've got to get it out of here because the end of July is coming quick, and I have to have the stand prepared for the new 375 coming. I even last weekend was starting to get a hair up my butt and decided, well, maybe I can get it myself if I disassemble some of the glass panes on it. So I cut all around the front panel. Had a little setup here ready for when it came off. I had my suction cups on, and I just realized I can't do it by myself. I need somebody else. It's too thick. It's too heavy. It's too long. I cannot hold this piece of glass up by myself and lower it down safely without a shattered mess or getting hurt. So unfortunately, when you get into these bigger aquariums, which is another topic of this live stream, the downsides of fish keeping, when you get into bigger aquariums like this, they can pose a problem. When you get them and they're set up, especially glass versus acrylic Acrylic is probably half the weight of this one. Once it's there, it's staying there unless you've got a machine. I work for a forklift company. I contemplated seeing if I could get a hold of a what we call a walkie stacker. It's basically a pallet jack with a mast on it, so I can manipulate these things around. Let's see. Tommy says the plan for Father's Day weekend is to do as little as possible, but every time you expect to be lazy, something sneaks up on you. Boy, I know that's the truth, Tommy. Hey, Webbs, good to see you, buddy. Oh, sure. Appreciate you stopping by and commenting on my videos and your support, Mr. Mark. Brandon is going to this morning bring Tristan some fish, then go grab a new paint gun and Skipper's auction tonight. Tomorrow, happy Father's Day. I will be doing nothing, which is what I want. There you go. Hey, Tara, good to see you. Good morning. Hope it's all good with you. Yeah, so Brandon, he's getting a new paint gun. Nice. Always fun to buy tools as a man. That's what he does for a living. He paints cars. So time for a new one. The old one is probably worn out. He's probably worn that one out. Unless you got it from Lowe's. If you got the Lowe's from paint gun, the paint gun from Lowe's, you'll probably be good. If you got it from Home Depot, Farm and Fleet, it's going to be a problem. Disclaimer on this Home Depot versus Lowe's debacle. Lowe's is 5 minutes from my house. Home Depot is 15 minutes. If it was reverse, I'd be promoting Home Depot. Appreciate the confirmation on the audio and visual, Tim. Sir Christine says, I'm setting up the cash drawer for our multi-family barn sale. So listening can't type. Cool, Christine. Barn sale. I can say I'm pretty sure that's something I've never been to before, a barn sale. Well, while I got you guys here, what's been the downside of fish keeping for you? What in this hobby do you hate the most? Things that was the worst thing you had to deal with? Let me know in chat. I always like to learn those kind of things. Hey, Jody, Mother F&P, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Boy, them convicts have attitude too, man. They chase my algae scrapers, they chase my hands. I'll be reaching in there to get that pre-filter off there to clean it, and they'll be just ramming my hand, jumping and be like, oh, they're ignorant. They got attitude. And my polar blue tiger parrot up here in this 20-gallon long is a mix with convicts, by the way, if you didn't know that. The different fish, they get together and they do the thing and things like that, and then you end up with these different fish. Spray guns came a long way since the one we bought decades ago. I had a spray gun. I bought one. I actually used it to stay in my shed, not for cars, not air, just electric. Back in the day, that was the old Wagners. And when you hit them bad boys, they bah, bah. Well, I got the Black & Decker one. I've had it for quite a long time. I only used it twice. Seems to do a pretty good job. Tanks and Fish, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. We have a large compressor to run a spray rig. Excuse me. No one's answering my dang questions. What has been, for you, the worst thing you've had to experience in fish keeping? The downside of fish keeping for you? How you keep fish? What is that thing in fish keeping that makes you go, oh, God, I hate this. I wouldn't care if I didn't have to do this again. That type of thing. I want to hear from you guys. The downside of fish keeping for you guys. Hey, Ross, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Good to see you as always. Oh, let me do this. That's what I want to know. And then I'll share you mine. Is it the water changes? Is it the algae? Do you have algae issues? You're always scraping. Tommy says, seeing live animals in places like PetSmart and Petco. Yeah, I always feel bad. Maybe it's just my PetSmart. I don't go to Petco, but I bought plenty. Most of my fish in this room came from PetSmart. And I just don't have issues with them. Now, I also bring them home and give them a decent little QT period. But I've never had any issues with my PetSmart. And as a matter of fact, they just redid the entire aquatic section, all new tanks, all new filtration, all new lighting, everything. It's a lot cleaner, pristine looking. And they are getting new, different species of fish in that they've never had for the years prior. We talked about that a little bit on my last live stream. But for the most part, the fish are healthy. They look good. When I go shopping for fish, I go up and I watch them. I make sure they don't have ick or any signs like that. And even if they do, I have bought fish with disease. I knew they were going to quarantine anyway. And I've literally brought them back to health. And they're alive to this day. Yeah, I mean, you can get your breeders that are obviously going to do a better job breeding these fish and having them more healthy. But once they ship those fish and stress comes into play, they can still come down with disease and issues. So these fish live a heck of a life, constantly being moved around and netted and things like that. They get stressed out. So I don't care who you are. They can happen to anybody. And PetSmart and Petco get these fish from what? Breeders and farms. Let's say PetSmart came up to Brant and said, look, we want to get into a contract with you. We want you to start breeding fish for us. And they offered him a price he couldn't refuse. And he took it. And for the next year and a half, he was breeding fish hardcore and selling them to Walmart selling them to PetSmart and making good money at it. But then you go in there and say, these PetSmart fish, they're terrible. They look like crap. Ain't buying them. But then you turn around and buy some off Branton on a live stream. Maybe he's having a live stream selling fish. It's the same dang thing, people. A losing fish for P Tag says losing fish is the worst part, especially when you have no idea why. Yeah, I do hate when a fish has no visible signs of disease or issues and then it just die. It's like, so I can agree with you on that. For me, it's the live plants melting back, trying to get on top of things. So tanks and fish, as he hates struggling with keeping plants healthy. Where husbandry is chosen last. Yeah, I got you on that, Tommy. Losing fish for reason. Same with Jody P. My biggest downside would have to be catching the fish. It is a pain to catch fish. I even got one of those. You seen these, Branton, where you get they sell this red net, and it's supposedly the fish can't see the red net. Well, I found that to be crap. What I've found, some people say you need 2 nets. I found 1 net. Really slow. Get them over there to that corner of an aquarium and then slowly go up, and you get them every time. Now it takes longer, but it's less. Your arms, your shoulders aren't burning. You know how it is. Hey, Scotty, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Jody P, you are on the same page. Hey, June. Good morning. It's not the fish that's the issue. It's the husbandry on the employees in the stores park. Luckily, some stores sell stuff quick, so they don't have to. And that is true, Tommy. That's definitely a factor because I've gone in these places and seen the dead fish laying around. So you are right on that for sure. There are likely really bad science experiences going wrong. It's frustrating, and I hate throwing meds at them when I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's me too, Jody P. Over the years, I've had fish come down. Usually I can identify what the problem is, but to be honest with you, I don't even take the chance. I know med and fish can add stress and cause changes with them that you don't want, but I try to go the natural route first. I get them with a good dose of salt. If I don't see that that's not doing anything, then we go ahead and just treat the issue for what they have. If I can identify it. I can't identify them all, but I know the basics. However, if I get a bunch of new fish, they're going to go in the QT tank and they're getting the med trio. They're going to get the API general cure, erythromycin. I will throw in the ICX if I see it. If I don't see it, because like you guys, I don't like to med for what I don't need to. But even when I do this, there's also salt in the aquarium because salt actually helps aid the meds into working even better. But you have to add increased oxygen, throw that air stone in there, whatever it takes, because meds and salt reduce the oxygen in the water. Petco here at MD, at least the aquatic centers are pretty good. PetSmart's not. See, that's the opposite for me here where I'm at. The Petco we have is crap, but my PetSmart's looking sweet. And I got another one called the Pet Supermarket, which isn't a bad place. They got more options, but by far, if you're going to shop for fish that you just can't get in your regular box stores, I have to go to Aquarama. They got all the goods. They had 2 massive blue discus that were the size of a dinner plate, and they wanted $600 a piece for them bad boys, but they were gorgeous and they were massive. That's okay, Tommy. Our PetSmart and Petco are full of sick near. Oh, see, that's not. See, I don't have that issue here. Guesswork, and from my experiences, meds don't run. Yeah, and it is a hit or miss. I've had meds work well for me multiple times, but I've also had them seem to not do a thing. I think the trick is you got to catch them early. What I've learned with this subject is over the years is if you're looking at your fish and you see a fish acting the slightest bit weird or odd, get some salt in there as soon as possible. The fish should be healthy, swimming around healthy, having a good time, eating. If he's acting just a little bit weird or looks just a little bit weird, get some damn salt in there. I don't care about the plants at that point. And honestly, anytime I've used aquarium salt with plants, I really haven't had a lot of issue of it killing the plants. June says, I fed my baby some snails and they're so freaking cute, chomping on the snails. Oh, yeah. Hey, Jim, good to see you, buddy. Those would be the healthiest dang fish PetSmart I would ever see. Yeah. Are you guys like me? Wish you could take a second job up working at like a PetSmart or Petco? Just so you look, I want to head up the aquatic section. It's all me. I'm the boss. Be friggin' you wouldn't see a dead fish in there. Brant's not a sellout. Our big box stores suck at everything and give the worst information. They do give worse information. I agree with that. Those people need some education. Appreciate you, Jim. Yeah. Well, it's the same with your Home Depots and Lowe's. It used to be when you went in there, you had an older guy or a middle-aged guy that actually knew the department he was assigned to. So if you went in there and you were looking for a 3/4 inch barb fitting and I need an adapter to go up to 1 inch, that guy could say, oh, yeah, I know where that is. Come over here. You can get it here. You can get this metal, plastic. What do you need? Now, when you go in there, they're just putting people in these departments that have no idea of what they're talking about. They shouldn't even be in there. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, they have to pull their phone out. You have to explain to them, show them pictures. The store used to be for people who knew what the heck they were talking about. Now it's like, oh, I don't know. They would die if they didn't have their phone. They have no clue. The times have changed. Hey, C, so good to have you back. I hope you enjoyed your vacation, and I hope the fish like the food there. I got yelled at by one of the PetSmart employees because I had to wait 30 minutes to get a fish, and I was the downside of their day. And she was also a man-hating lesbian. So, to do it, same chick with even being really nice to a lady that was helping, and then got treating you like dirt. I got you. Favoritism. Actually, don't mind catching fish. Catching hill streams down to a sun. You do get good at these things, and you do it long enough. Hey, sweet Polly. Good morning to you. Ross says, best to lower the water level to catch fish with 2 nets. Great method. I agree with that. I've done that method as well. When I was catching Mabuna out of my 75 to move them to the 125, then I had to use 2 nets. But I'll tell you what, I just got this big, huge net. It's huge. It'll hold an Oscar, a fully grown Oscar. That was the best thing I could do. I just started on one end and went to the other, and I got 3 or 4 or 5 at a time that way. Of course, you had to take all the rock out. It's okay to be gay. Oh, just don't be hateful. You got it. I love catching my Oscars. Love getting. June likes getting wet. Hey, USA. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Big nets are my go-to. I have nets that fit the 10-gallon tank. That's exactly what I was just saying, Peplin. I agree. That works well, too. As long as there's nothing in there. If you got crap in there, like rocks, they get caught. It doesn't work. But if you clear everything out, one net, swipe across, you're going to get them every time. Yeah, that is one expensive dinner plate. They were huge, beautiful. I got to go over there and make some video. Agree, Ross. Too muchers. Easy. 2 nets easier. Going to have some really nice plecos up for grabs on Skipper's Auction Night. Very cool, Ross. Very cool. I do not. June doesn't medicate her fish. I saw you had L128 listed. Beautiful. We shouldn't have to medicate new fish, but with wish in one hand, you know what? Yeah, you got it, Tommy. He added the list. I need driftwood for a 75-gallon tank. Anybody have any suggestions where I can get decent stuff to do? Where do you live, sweet Polly? That'd be the first question I'm going to ask you. If you want to go out and get it natural and free, where do you live? Now, just keep in mind what I've learned is every state has different laws on gathering. Unfortunately, it's natural, but there's laws preventing us from taking it in some places. But it all depends on where you live. And then just get on your phone and Google, where can I get driftwood wherever you live? Look it up and then go there. We actually have a place called Driftwood Beach where there's tons of it. I'd like to go there. It's like a 4-hour drive or 3-hour drive, though. Yeah, June, I'm with you. I don't know all these El Camino WD-40 numbers when it comes to these plecos. I don't understand it. Thank you, Tim. Okay. Yeah, the Insider Scoop. The Blue Phantom pleco. Okay. I'm behind. I love all this chat. I think it's a female and male, but they still might be too young. Wisconsin? I don't know. You ain't got no beaches over there. For you, I feel like you would have to go out in the woods and just find any hardwood. Any hardwood will work for you, but you have to, I would imagine, clean her up a little bit. But it just, as long as it's a hardwood, crepe myrtle over here works. What's the is it rhododendron roots from the rhododendron bush? I think those work. I think that's what it was. Any hardwood. In most states, you should be okay collecting driftwood as long as it's not a national. Right now, that is correct. I read that. I guess some places do this thing where if it's in the water, you can't touch the driftwood. Or sorry, if it's in the water, you can take the driftwood, but if it's on land, you're not allowed to take it. I don't know about all that. Peplin has beaches. You do? 2 Great Lakes. Okay, yeah. My bad. 2 Great Lakes of Australia and 5,000. Yeah, that was dumb of me. Appreciate the correction. Silicone. Yeah, I see that. I seen that video, Tim. Yeah, and well, just you guys. I don't know if you guys saw my short, but I hate buying things like rocks and wood. But I seen this piece and I had to get it. Let me show it for you guys that maybe not have seen that short. This bad boy came from Aquarama. They had another big piece I wanted. This is going to go into 375 when it comes. I would love to start soaking it now, but I don't have anything big enough other than my pool, and the wife won't let me do it. I already asked. But I like how this looks. It's a nice piece. It's huge. You see what happened there, Branton? Tripped on a Home Depot bucket. Garbage. That is huge. That's a nice piece. Trying to get Peplin to send me a big tree trunk he has. Or not Peplin, Pile Aquatics. Yeah, I wanted a big piece of driftwood, and that some will be, it's a little bit taller than me, so it's probably 5'8", 5'8", 5'9" area. Long, almost 6 foot. But I like all the branches. The bottom's real big, like it's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out if I can use it as like a tree trunk coming up out of the water, because I got up 2 other big pieces I can put in there that I got from the Myrtle Beach Inlet from a buddy of mine. Also in the same week, we had a cycle crash in the 25-gallon long with my city. Oh no, they did a big chlorine treatment, killed off all the bacteria. That sucks, Tim. It's not taller than me. Oh yeah, it is, Tara. Are you aware of the Wisconsin Fish Fam cookout in August? Yeah, definitely. You know what? If you guys seen it, I think Bunny put a post out a while back saying she accepts it. She's ready. Really liked Bunny a lot. Sad to see that she had to go, but at the same time, she wasn't living a very comfortable life. So, no more struggles. But what a wonderful human being. But I remember she put a post out or a video saying, "Hey, look, I've accepted it. I'm ready." Type of thing. Happy early Father's Day to dads out there. I also get to celebrate my daughter's 36th birthday. Very cool, Scotty, and happy Father's Day to you, sir. Appreciate you. Happy birthday to your daughter, Scotty. Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Get her up here, Scotty. Is she at the house? I'll sing to her. Bring her up. We'll bring her up on screen. I'll sing to her. Them convicts. Something else. So now let me ask you guys another question. Do you guys have the suction cups to move tanks around? And if so, which ones do you have? I'll show you mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. And I seen Branton, he was up on Stephen P's live stream last night. I was watching. That's pretty cool. Boy, that Branton, he gets around. He's like the village doorknob. He's how can I put this in fish keeping terms? Branton is like the fish fan python or the fish fan bucket. Which one would you want to use for that? He gets around everywhere. You always see him. He gets around. Get the village doorknob, the fish fan bucket, the fish fan python. What do we want to call it? Yeah, he's a guppy. The fish fam guppy. That's good, Ross. Brandon's the fish fam guppy. He gets around everywhere. He's the hiker of the fish fam. That's another good one. Tiger, they got everybody. Well, I did finish my collection, banging everything. It's funny. I finished my complete collection of the fish punk stickers. I got all of them. They're on the wall. And then I talked about a little bit on Kyle's last stream where he accidentally messed up and put a series 5 and a series 4 package. So he's sending me this series 4 that I'm missing. It should be showing up soon. And then I will have the complete set on there. So I do have a bunch of, let me, so I do have a bunch of these extras. There I already have all these on my door, and including my own that I got sent to me. What do you mean I don't have them all? I've got series 1 through 5. It's okay, Jody PC. Appreciate you. Be safe. I got series 1 through 5. Now, I don't think I got all the rare ones or whatever, but I have all complete series of 1 through 5 is what I'm saying. Yeah, I understand. I think there's some like special ones or something. I got yours. What's the rare ones? Ross said, I only saw you were streaming due to Facebook. I don't get notified on here anymore. Oh, cool. Yeah, I always stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Either way, I'm glad it got you in here. The ads keep freezing the live stream for me. Anyone else? Oh, I don't know. I want to know what stickers I don't have. Even I think there's those rare ones, or that he probably wouldn't sell me. But I am very good at talking to people when I want to. I might be able to talk them into it. The Aquashello ones are pretty rare. Mine you can only get from me. All right, well, sell me them. I got PayPal. Sell them to me. I want the complete set. I want VIP status. But so the extra I have is Addison Axolotl. Mel. I don't know. This one reminds me of Whip a little bit. Forgetful Phil. Blinky. I think I have Blinky. Dr. Outside. I think I saw something like that. Let me look real quick. No, I don't have Blinky. I do have Fangers. It's right next to Bare Bottom Branton. On my door. I got the camera. I'll show you my collection. Thank you, Tim. So what I would do when I do some giveaways, I'm gonna just throw these in with the packages along with mine. Premium is a must. So yeah, I got a whole extra complete set. I believe this is series 5. The Zen Ginger. Kyle had a missed opportunity with your car, Jesse. He should have put it. Oh, he did, Scotty. He changed that. He emailed me about that, and he didn't miss it, and it was per your recommendation, Scotty. But here, see the blue bucket back there under the bird? This is hard. Stay. I'm not even in front. Right there. Blue bucket. Yeah, I don't have Blinky. You got Blinky? Yeah, he did it. So that was pretty cool. So it's neat that, he takes recommendations from people and adds them in. AI gave you a fat. Well, Because if you're familiar with my FU series shorts, I'm always on the floor, Ross. And if you pay attention to the card, he's got me on the floor. And he couldn't actually put me saying FU on here because, he said some point kids are going to get these and he didn't want to throw them in. He just said, I think you guys all know what he's saying. So I'm literally actually saying FU laying on the floor in this card. He just couldn't add that in. If I was making these cards, I would have put the FU on there, but that's me. Not everybody. Some people have couth. But I support him. I really like the Fish Punk cards and what he's doing over there. It adds something different. It really connects with the audience and everybody. So I bought all 5 series. And when another one comes out, I'll get that one as well and keep up on that. Thank you, Kim. Gabriel Iglesias. A little bit, huh? I like it. I like these cards. Yeah, he did a good job. I really enjoy it. I had to get them all. But I do want some of these ones Brenton's talking about. So Brent needs to get with Kyle. You need to grant me the VIP status. And I want the super secret rare ones. Make it happen, Brenton. So what are we calling them? The Fish Fam Guppy. The Fish Fam Python Bucket. He is everywhere. That's funny. Fluffy, yeah. I like Gabriel Iglesias, especially when he does that real high voice. And he was telling the story about getting pulled over by the cop. Why'd you think I pulled you over? He had the donuts. He's like, because you smelled them? Blinky isn't in production anymore. You had to be there from the start. Well, I know there's an extra one somewhere, and he can make them. So he's got to do it. He's going to make it happen. Money talks and bullcrap walks. Brandon. Yeah, he's funny. I like him too. I get what I want, Brandon, when I want it, and it will happen one way or the other. And you tell Kyle I said that. I'll get a hold of him. I got his email. We're going to talk. I'll email him right now. He's going to get me all the rare cards. Hey, Mad Mex, good to see you. I saw you on LRB last night asking some questions. That was crazy. LRB was live the same time Stephen P was. I bet that had people torn. I'm going to tell Kyle under no circumstances is he going to get you. So does anybody use suction cups? Or, in the past, I was like everybody else where I pick tanks up and I just pick them up by hand. Now that I have suction cups, I'll never go back. They're the way to go. They make life so much easier. Especially, when I started, I thought the 125s were big. Then I've had a 300 gallon sitting here for a little bit. Now I got a 375 coming, which these tanks dwarf those 125s. And not easy to pick up by yourself, even with suction cups. But if I ever have an issue with any of my other aquariums, whether it be the 29 to 55s, the 75s, the 125s, I can move those around myself. I've already moved around myself by hand. With suction cups, it'll be even easier. I will do, let's say I get a leak in the 125. I'm going to get a I'm going to make a workbench, and I'm going to slide it right up in front of the tank after it's drained, and I put the fish somewhere else, of course. And I'm just going to suction cup them, put it on there, tear it apart, redo it, easy peasy. I already got the silicone. I got the good silicone. He's always live during Stephen P. Oh, okay. I like LRB. I just don't watch him much. I don't follow him too much. Knowledgeable. I'm just not into the bigger channels. I like the Steam Fots and I like KG Tropicals, but I can't stand going and watch Aquarium Co-op, LRB. Them guys are just, their channels are so big. There's so many people in there. The likelihood of you actually getting to talk to them is slim to none. But if you want to just sit there and listen, you learn a lot. And some people are fine with that, but I'm a talker and I like asking questions and getting my questions answered, and I'm impatient as well. So those bigger channels aren't for me. I much rather enjoy coming into all your guys' live streams and talking with you guys. You really create a good friendship and really create a good friendship and relationship with each other. LRB is cool, but Stephen P is active in the fisherman. Yeah, I agree, Peplin, and Peplin's and Stephen P is more my style. I like that he swears. The guy's intelligent. Jenna, they're intelligent. They know their crap, but they're gonna swear, they're gonna joke, they're gonna laugh right along with you. You know, you never see they've come into my live streams. You don't never see none of them other guys coming in. Ben Ochart don't come in. LRB don't come in. Aquarium Co-op, nobody comes in. KG, they never come in. But I get it. They've been doing it a long time. They're probably half sick of it, and they can't please everybody. Nobody can. There's a lot of us doing that. But not once in 2.5 years. Stephen P. and Jenna and all you guys, I consider them a next tier up channel, and they come in and chat with you. And that's what I like. Human factor, human personability. But you also can't blame LRB because he's got 9,000 aquariums and his house is filled with them. He ain't got time to do nothing. I don't even watch King of DIY too much anymore. I just kind of got away from him too. It just seems like with the King of DIY, it's take fish out, put new fish in. Put this over here, put new fish in. Take this out, take these, put these in, put this in, over and over and over. Steven's one of your groomsmen too. Oh, very cool. I can't stand King of DIY. Reminds me of soap over. Yeah. I have nothing bad to say about Joey at the King DIY because the man has had more value to this hobby than a lot of people. He's been helping people for years, build things, save money, and he's good at what he does. But he's constantly changing tanks. This is what people like to see. This is what gets the views. He's done some other things too. Going to talks. He's got a talk come up my feed or something like that. But it's the same thing. Let's just break this down. Move it. His fish never get a rest. When he set that 2,000 gallon aquarium up and actually scaped it, it was absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, what a beautiful aquarium, the way he set that up. He did a fantastic job. Then what'd he do? Rip it all up, tear it all out, and redo it again. I was like so bummed out. Like, leave it alone. There was a time Lucas was around in chats, but that was many, many years. Okay, I'll take your word for that, Peplin. You can't poach ideas if you make your own presence known. You can't. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, Mad Max. Yeah, there's been like a few times he had that aquarium looking absolutely, we'll coin the phrase from King of DIY himself, absolutely phenomenal. And then he tore it up. I was so mad at you. God, that was a beautiful tank. Sadly, Jesse, it happens. We support so many. It's always hard to pop in into someone's live. I know the feel. Oh yeah, absolutely. You just can't. With our home lives and everybody doing it, I try my best. I've actually what I do is I like Saturday mornings before my streams or maybe Friday mornings, I'll sit down and I'll just go through your guys' videos and your shorts. And I like to at least leave a comment, like and comment on them to help and see what you're doing and see what you got going on. And I try to get to everybody's that came up in my notification. So sometimes I like dedicate a morning just doing that. You know, if you guys do like an all day stream, I'll bring them up on the TV and let them play. Hey, Cheryl's awake for part of the stream. Good to see you. Wow, we're good. We only been on 45 minutes. Appreciate you coming in. Another awesome channel member, such as the Fish Fam Guppy, Branton, and I don't know. You might not like that. Do you like the Fish Fam? I don't want to make you mad. I'm a fan of really, really small channels. I'm here. Yeah. Yep. Me too, Peplin. What's that one guy? I've been enjoying his stuff lately. He's been in our streams. His name's escaping me. I can't remember. Luckily, I listen to YouTube all that work. I'm able to watch most everything y'all put out. Yeah, that's cool. It's a massive help. Just put it on a TV, let her play, go to work. Some people put in the headphones and just keep on going. I don't. I cannot do that with my job because I'm usually getting phone calls and sending emails and going through building and creating work orders, and I couldn't do that. But I can when I'm at the house, play it on the TV, have it going. You know, things like that. But I'm not knocking the big channels. They made it. They're doing good, and they're there for a reason. They're knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. And when you have a live stream that big where you've got hundreds of people in there, there is no chance, there is no way that you're going to get every comment unless you have 2 dedicated people babysitting that chat the whole time. And that would be a lot of work in itself. So very, very hard thing to keep up with, to try to get it. It's just impossible. So a problem I would love to have. But and then you got maybe I've been told I read chat too much. I've been told that I make sure I read everything, and I have the ability to do it because I don't have a big channel. I think the most I've ever had in my streams is 30 some people, but I can read. I make sure I read everything and reply. I don't think I've ever missed. I'm not gonna say that. I might have, but I don't think I've ever missed a question. So the burning question is, who wants some convicts? Now look at this. Look at this. This is the other one I was talking about. Got orange belly. Look, they know they're there. Look at it. They're fun. I love fish with attitude. There's a baby there. Some babies all over the place. Looking good, looking healthy. Really enjoying them. I just fed these guys. What the hell are those little things floating around in there? Are those babies? They look weird on the camera. Look like shooting stars. Yeah. No one, they know what they're about. I gotta go look at that real quick. That's because Mom, they're bigger. What are those things? You know, you guys see those little like shooting stars in the background against the black background? When I go over there, I can't see them, but the camera picks them up. Anybody, you guys see that? They're all over the place. What is that? Look, look to the right of this pre-filter on the black background. You see them? What are those, Branton? They're shooting down and up. What is that? They're not all my convicts. You can see how big they are. It's not them. But I can't see them. Yeah, they do. But when you go there, there's nothing. They do. Are you telling me there's more? I can't see them when I go over. Dude, I'm telling you, I go over there and you cannot see them with your eye, but the camera's picking them up. So I'm going to chalk this up as the first ever haunted aquarium. That's what that is, guys. That's haunted. Those are orbs. This aquarium is haunted. Put your blue Lowe's glasses on. I don't have blue Lowe's glasses. I don't know. I don't think I have scuds. I don't have blue Lowe's glasses. But I do have look at them. Looks like fireworks. 4th of July is coming up. Do you think they're getting ready for a big show? Come on, you guys are a lot of you been keeping fish longer than me. What the hell is that? They're coming left and right. Oh my God. I'm going to sneak up. I'm going to try and sneak up. And still nothing. You think they're eating them? Let me go get, let me put some light on this. Crazy weird. I don't see anything. Nope, I don't feed brine shrimp. Now there is duckweed floating around in here, but duckweed don't look like that, man. Those are like little shooting stars. And they're everywhere. When I go over there, I see nothing. Could be because it looks like they're picking them up. Well, you seen that one went over to that little one there and went away. There is duckweed in this aquarium, but those things are like flying around like little shooting stars. This don't make sense to me. The hell is that? Yeah, they have trailers. It's something from your room. Yeah. No. No. Okay, so what's straight across from this aquarium in the front of it is my 125-gallon Oscar tank. But you can actually see the reflection of the albino back there. The albino Oscar. The stringy things. Yeah, if you look at the back, Tommy, to the right of that pre-filter, you see all these little like tiny shooting stars jetting around. But if you go over there, there's nothing. You can't see them. This tank's haunted. They're setting off fireworks. It's in your camera then? Is that possible? What would be my camera doing that? I did that. I wiped the camera lens before I started it. But I'll give it a wipe. You know what I feel like it is? Just like crap floating around the water column. I did feed them this morning. But look at how some of them jet really fast. Like that's what don't make sense. They're not just floating around willy-nilly. These things got a motor. Parasite. Sky says I have the same thing in my tanks when using a camera. I call it live fish root. Okay. Hop on 1 foot, rub your belly, and tap your head for 60 seconds. Then we'll go. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do here, Peplin. I know what you're trying to do. Not gonna happen. You ain't making me exercise. Not in the morning, anyways. Crazy weird. Well, Scotty has those too, he says. I've never seen that before. Is it a stinking reflection of something going on in the background? No. Like you can see the albino Oscar from the tank that's directly in front of it. Everything else is black. Some of these boys are getting pretty big. I got to take that female out of there. I don't need any more of these. Oh, they're all over the place. They're over on the left side of the screen. Well, I'm going to call it fireworks. Yep, fireworks. That's what it is. We got fireworks in this tank. Remember to hit that like button. Yeah. Anybody else has any ideas what those things are? Let me know. Shoom, shoom. I like shooting stars, man. Can't get over that. First time I've ever seen that. Let's go. Let's put this camera on a different tank and see if we can see it. Because all my backgrounds are black. Yep, I still see him. What is this? It's got to be a reflection. I agree. It's a reflection of some kind. Look at the top right of the tank where the water level is. You can still see them above the water level. Okay. What crazy weird. I think that's a phenomenon. Oh, look at Mr. Goldfish. He certainly likes the camera. Branson. Who's Branson, Tommy? I don't know who Branson is. It's something about how the camera is picking up light and dust particle. I agree. It's got to be. We'll call it the the shooting star phenomenon or something that way. Look at the angelfish. They're like, what is this thing? What you got there, pal? What is that? Everybody had breakfast. Don't let them fool you. There is a golden dojo loach poking around here somewhere too. Yes, I do have a goldfish with angelfish, tropical fish. I had to do what I had to do. It's fine. Temperature's the same. All the tanks. It doesn't even matter. The Branton effect. So why? No, let me just stop you right there, Tom. I'm tired of giving Branton all this, all these accolades. You know, not only is he the fish fam guppy, now he's got his own effect, and he's bare bottom Branton. No, it's too much. He only gets to be one Branton thing. Yeah, they're floating around in that tank. There's the Branton effect. How the hell did Branton make it into my aquariums? Look at that. He's stuck in the. That's a big old sword there. Oh, I got one for you. Let's see if we can locate the super secret hidden Mabuna. This Mabuna is big. The backstory for this guy is when I first got my Mabunas, they singled out one of them and beat him up almost to death. Pulled him out, put him in a 29 gallon, put him in some piece, a vacation tank by himself, and I nursed him back to health. When I brought him back, I put him in this 125 with all these fish. And he doesn't bother anybody, and he's perfectly fine. I just never put him back in with the Mabunas because why fix it if it's not broken? One of them deals. He's always to the right. Let's see if we can find him. This is going to be like finding Bigfoot. Let's see if we can find him. Hey, Daniel, good to see you, buddy. Oh, that's true. It could be the time you pooped in my Lowe's bucket. He was out and he jetted. So right, you see where that yellow glowfish is? Right under him, there's a like this. It's a black plastic pipe I made for a cave. He went in there. The camera quality is crap. I got a lot of crap blowing around. There's a air stone going. That's the outlet of the FX over there as well. Right under the sword. Nope, he's not there. He's in the back. So this is what I call if you see right here where that glowfish is swimming around, all that blackbeard algae on that rock. That's what I call the freshwater coral. Yep, freshwater coral. You only get that with well-established aquariums, and blackbeard algae has had time to take a piece of rock over. Freshwater coral. That's what that is. Right behind that, there's a black plastic pipe. He's in there. Yep, I said it. Freshwater coral. You guys don't have anything like this ways. It's priceless. You can't buy it in the store. You probably never heard of freshwater coral. Well, you're looking at, oh, there he is, guys. He's right there looking straight at us, right above the black plastic pipe I was talking about. Maybe he'll come up and you can get a better look at him, but he is big. He came back with a vengeance. Healthy. He's a big boy. He don't bother nobody. He's happy. That's why I didn't bother putting him back in with the Mabunas. Why fix it if it ain't broke, you know? Matter of fact, these black skirt tetras have more attitude than he does. Come on out here. He's up there. Come on. Maybe I can lure him out. Let me know if you guys have any freshwater coral. I don't think you do. Branton has some freshwater coral. Oh, he's VIP then. Now, do we see any of the Branton effect swimming around in this tank? I do keep the pH in this aquarium higher. And I'm pretty sure you usually don't see driftwood with the Mabuna, but I had to put them somewhere until my big tank came. And they like it. I may leave it in there. Now that I got this huge, massive piece of wood. What's that chick that does fish keeping now? Fiona. What's her name? Fitness chick turned fish keeper. Fiona. What's her name? Blackbeard algae is freshwater coral. No, I am jokingly deeming it that, Wally, because it kind of reminds me of coral. Once you get all that black beard algae that takes over something completely, it kind of reminds me of coral a little bit. So I call it freshwater coral for fun. Cecil has some. Florina, that's her. Yeah, bright red hair. Yeah. How come when she does a video about large wood, she gets thousands of views? When I do it, I got less than 2K. Oh, the BBA is a form of freshwater coral. Who'd have thunk? I had some long time ago when I started my 40 gun. It is just a joke, Daniel. That's me being me. It's not really a form of coral. It's just blackbeard algae is what it is. But it reminds me of coral when it takes over a rock. So I call it freshwater coral. And it flows with it, with the flow. Yeah, I got rid of my freshwater coral using. Yeah, I need to. I like it, but I don't. I think it makes the aquariums look natural. I don't like to mess with things too much, just for the sake of the tank looking aesthetically more pleasing. Why I say that is, guys, is because I am doing water changes once a month. I have upped it to every 3 weeks. In the fight to reduce algae a little bit, because you get too much excess nutrients waiting that long. But I have no problems with fish. My fish do not get sick. They do not get disease. I haven't had the issue in a very, very long time. And I equate that to doing less is best. I don't always have my hands in my tank. I don't scrape off all the algae on the back and side walls. I leave it go. Algae is fantastic for your aquarium. I don't mess with it. My canister filters only get cleaned once a year. And isn't it funny that the less I do, the better luck that I have? You should deem freshwater sponges as freshwater coral. That's more of a comparison. Maybe so. And I do have sponge filters in every aquarium now, thanks to the whole central fish room air system. Cleavage and bubble butt, maybe. Yeah, that's true, Tim. You're about to have everyone saying freshwater coral. Yep. I want it to be known that I started that. I want credit for that. Freshwater coral is blackbeard algae that's taken over a rock, a piece of pipe, a cave. That's freshwater coral. You got a load of it too? Me too. Yeah. Yeah, but so would at times I would like there to be less blackbeard algae. Yes, I hate blackbeard algae. Matter of fact, if it gets on your plants, you may as well cut that leaf off because you're not going to get off. What I want to do is get me about 20 Siamese algae eaters and throw a bunch in every tank. And I hear they help with that a lot. That will be my next step. Just to see if they can help clean it up. I do have to clean my filters, sir. Once a year, because all my tanks are literally ran by canister filters. But I also put pre-filters on them. And the pre-filters make it so they last over a year. Now, the sponge filters, of course, they get caked up more often. The pre-filters I have to clean off weekly. So true, Grant definitely pays for views. 4-month-old channel and pulling 5K a video. Exactly. It's called pretty privilege. Am I a little bit jealous? Yeah. Like that one where she was painting the back of her aquarium in a provocative manner. Clearly, I have more of an issue with green hair algae. It's the same consistency of BBA, just green. I don't have green hair algae, but I got lots of green algae. And I just equate that to doing monthly water changes. I've recently stepped it up to every 3 weeks. If I did water changes every couple of weeks, I probably wouldn't have as much of an issue. But because of the way I do things, I have a little bit of excess nutrients. So stuff tends to grow. But I haven't been excited about it because you guys heard me say before, I keep fish. I don't keep tanks. I like my tanks to look semi-good, but I like the natural look. People pay a lot of money for 3D backgrounds where I get natural ones. If you wait long enough. Now, they're not as pretty as the ones you buy by far, but they're natural looking. And I find the less that I do, the less I have my hands in my tanks, the less crap that I put in, the less crap that I take out, my fish thrive even more. I'm hearing people losing fish left and right, disease, this, ick, that. I have never had ick that I thought I had it once on an Oscar, but I didn't. I have never had ick. Now, I'm not saying I've never had the battle disease because I have. Eye cloud, bloat, fungal infection, things like that, but I've defeated them using a natural method such as salt or Epsom salt. I've had to use my treatments in the past. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but every day I check on my fish room and they're all good. Knock on wood. I just feel like the less you do, the best. Yes, Jesse, I keep Siamese algae eaters in all my tanks and they keep the BBA. Okay, then I got to get some. Anybody have any Siamese algae eaters they want to sell me? Let me see. I would like to put about, 6 in each aquarium. Except for the Oscars. That wouldn't be good. I don't know if they would do good with Mabuna. 6, 7, 12. I need about 20 of them. About to whip the eel sock out and start painting some tanks. The eel sock. False. If you use enough rocks and wood as substrate, you can make. Oh, that's absolutely true, Daniel. You're absolutely. That is definitely a method for sure. When it comes to putting decor in aquariums, I like to keep as much real estate available as possible. Now, don't get me wrong. I've got wood, I've got rocks, I've got decorations in there, but it's minimal. Just enough to give some fish a place to hide and just explore, change it around every once in a while. But I don't put so much in that I take up a valuable amount of space for these fish. I have a feeling the huge dragon stone in my 40-gallon is the cause of my green hair algae. I think it's leaching nutrients into the water column even after it's been rinsed and soaked. Well, Dragonstone, Daniel, is actually not a stone. It's hardened clay from Japan. It's very inert. So I'm not real sure what nutrients dragonstone, and anybody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's too many nutrients that dragonstone can release in an aquarium. It's just hardened clay. But educate me. I like to learn. Let me know. Sounds like I'm going shopping for some then. Do inert things that don't affect other things, leach nutrients? I know wood can leach tannins, but can clay? Let me know. Tommy would be a good one to ask. That makes sense. The stuff coming out of the dragonstone was clay. Yeah, that's all it is. It's not actually a stone. It's hardened clay. And I got lots of dragonstone. I like dragonstone. You know what's cool about dragonstone is it's got all them holes in it. Fantastic for putting your Anubias and jamming them Anubias in them holes. You don't have to use thread. You don't have to use nothing. No super glue. You jam that rhizome and down in one of the holes of that dragonstone, it's going to stay, and it weights it down. Love dragonstone. The green hair algae only appears on that particular rock. Everything else in the aquarium is algae free. Well, that's interesting. Well, maybe so. I mean, like I say, I don't know. I'm just, a lot of people do think it's a stone because they label it as a stone, but it's just hardened clay. It's very inert. That's why it's safe for aquariums. But that's interesting that green hair algae likes that dragonstone, nothing else. Maybe somebody can share some insight for Daniel and I on that, because I like learning. Let's move the camera a little bit. As you can see there, I got a lot more freshwater coral in this Oscar tank. Had a huge piece of dragonstone I left outside all winter, and when I tried to pick it up, it crumbled into 1,000 pieces. Yeah, because it got cold and cracked. It can easily cling to the dragonstone, which is why you see it growing there. Right. Same concept of what I was saying about putting the plants such as your Anubias and things like that. Because it does have a surface area, can really grab a hold of crap. That makes sense. Yeah, so what you're saying is the green hair algae is going to be like water. Take the easiest path. So it found dragonstone as a much viable surface to grow on because it was easy to attach. Everything else might have been smoother. Nature always finds a way type of thing. That makes sense, Brandon. But what do you guys think about that? Does dragonstone, a hardened clay, have the potential, or does it leach nutrients into the water? As Daniel and I was talking there, I don't think clay can, but I could be wrong. Of course, they left. That's that Oscar I've been growing out. He's getting to be big. Look at all that freshwater coral on the back of that tank. Kind of a bougie way to say algae. It would be nice for some clarification. I have to pull that green algae off just that rock almost every week. It overtook the Java moss I had growing, but everything else has basically no green. Yeah, that'd be interesting to know too. We need to get our plant gurus on that. Steve and P could definitely answer that, I bet you. You know, I wonder if those Branton effects that we're seeing back there in every tank, I wonder if that is like stray air bubbles jetting off from all the sponge filters and air stones. Like micro bubbles or something. He's doing the Oscar dance. He's coming along good. So, and I just, as I'm looking at the back wall of this aquarium, I love the purples, the dark purples, the light purples, the greens, the dark greens. That is as a natural background aesthetic as you can get. You ain't buying that in the store. And you know what's great about these setups here? If you leave it alone, Fry love it. Fry, I go back there and they'll eat at it, pick at it. They're small enough they can hide in it. Either everybody left or they're Googling this. Daniel. At any rate. We'll put that on the halfsies. Oscars, man. One of my favorites. What do you guys think? When the 375 comes, here's what I was going to do. I was going to put those two Oscars you see before this one in there, but that one is set in his ways. I think if I put him in there, it's going to be very hard to put any other fish in there with him without problem. I know that using common sense and knowing my fish. Yeah, we will see, Daniel. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting the two blood parrots over there. I'm going to have to move my big pleco in there because he's getting big and he needs room. I also would like to try to put my Dempsey in there. This Oscar here you're looking at because he's growing out. GM over at Happy Blades Aquatics is sending me some Severums. I'll have to grow them out probably a little bit, but I'd like to put the Severums in there. And there's some Geophagus at the local fish store I want. They're not Svennies. Spenni, however you say that, because that's what I want. They can get them depending on price, but so it's basically going to be like this basically going to be like a big South American aquarium. I'm going to have a big piece of driftwood in there, which would be great for the pleco. And then from there, we'll see what else we could do. I had the same thing happen with the green algae when I started our 29 gallon. The algae was only on the wood and nothing else. Maybe it's opportunist. Why can't I say that right now? Opportunistic for an easy place to attach to. That sound maybe possibly because I dropped head over my daughters. All right, buddy. Appreciate Scotty. You have a good rest of your day. Having said that, I'm probably going to bug out myself. Appreciate you guys coming in. We've been on for about an hour, 25 minutes, hour and a half. Certainly enjoy my Saturdays with you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and bug out of here. And we'll definitely see you in the next video. I got some videos coming out. I'm going to record this whole session of getting this 300 out, and when a new one comes and setting it up, you're going to go along with me for that ride. So lots of cool things coming down the line. So we'll see you on the flip side. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming. Branton and all you guys, you're the best. And we'll see you out in the field. We will see you out in the field. And don't forget to watch the Aquatic News Network episodes. If you don't, then you.